This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. I'm Gary Dick. A major project Bloomington leaders previously billed as a once-in-a-century chance to bring in significant affordable housing is at a standstill, but the city wants to use the setback as a chance to revamp its entire philosophy around development. Last week, the city's redevelopment commission rejected 2 bids for the Hopewell Neighborhood project, and the city is now changing course and will pay a consultant to facilitate a process where multiple builders will take part in the Hopewell project instead of a single developer. Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson.
We're really proposing to use Hopewell as a guinea pig for how can we get things moving quickly, and how can the city learn from its own red tape what we could possibly remove to accelerate this timeline.
A pair of Indiana-based companies is included in Forbes' inaugural Accessibility 100 list, which recognizes the biggest innovators and impact makers in the field of accessibility for people with disabilities. The Indiana representatives on the list include AgrAbility, a USDA-sponsored program that assists farmers, ranchers, and other ag workers with disabilities based in West Lafayette. Carmel-based BraunAbility, a manufacturer of wheelchair-accessible vehicles and wheelchair securement products, also made the list. 4 installations created as part of the 2023 Exhibit Columbus exhibition will be sticking around longer than originally planned. The Landmark Columbus Foundation says the installations are now here to stay after going from temporary urban design experiments to part of everyday living in Columbus. Exhibit Columbus was created to recognize the city's public art and architecture, as well as to convince people to take in the city's downtown spaces. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate. Elkhart County is at the forefront of a movement slowly spreading across Indiana and the nation to make apprenticeships a common offering in high school.
In April, President Donald Trump signed an executive order calling for the creation of 1 million new apprentices, the latest step in a bipartisan push for apprenticeships that began during the Obama administration. The Earn and Learn model is taking hold in more than 30 states, alongside growing disillusionment with the concept of the 4-year college and the fact that well-paying jobs that don't require bachelor's degrees are going unfilled nationally. In the United States, the number of apprenticeships for high schoolers is still tiny, just over 0.1% of students. That's according to an estimate by the think tank New America. Becca Roberts, a former English teacher who now oversees the college and career programs at Elkhart's Concord High School, said apprenticeships help convince students of the importance of habits such as punctuality, clear communication, and regular attendance. Attracting employers has proven to be the biggest challenge to expanding youth apprenticeships in Elkhart and beyond. In total, 20 companies worked with the Elkhart school districts last year, and 28 have signed on for this coming school year, enough to employ only about a third of interested students. The obstacles include the expense of apprentices' salaries, training, and other costs. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Mishawaka-based Franciscan Alliance has made a series of executive appointments, including Dr. Gerald Maloney as Chief Medical Officer. Also, Tim Murphy has been named Vice President of Strategy. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.